Good morning. It's my pleasure to have, the President Emeritus of the European Business Angels, Peter Cowley, a great friend from UK, at Thessaloniki Innovation Zone. Peter, thank you for coming. I have the first question for you. Can you please tell us a few things about yourself?
Yes, thanks, Panos. Yeah, we've known each other about a decade and got on extremely well and helped each other. So my background is I'm British, as you can tell from my accent. I did engineering and computer science at university, worked in the corporate sector for 2 years, and then did my first startup in Bavaria 40 years ago now. And so I've had a very long entrepreneurial journey, and I've set up over a dozen businesses. About 15 years ago, I accidentally stumbled into becoming an angel investor, and I've really embraced it in a big way and really enjoy it. I enjoy it more for dealing and working with the young entrepreneurs than necessarily the financial outcome, although as you'll see later, I've been very successful as an angel. So my background is entrepreneurial, angel investing. I've also done a lot of charitable work and social enterprise, and I've been involved in trade bodies, including president of EBAN and the Global Business Angel Network. I've also written and published 2 books. This is one of them. This is aimed at angels. The other book's aimed at more at entrepreneurs.
Super, great. I highly recommend to read his books because I did. Now, my first question, and this is the very much questions that we receive from startups. What is your criteria for investing in technology startups?
Yeah, so I developed that over time. So I say I've been investing 15 years. The first 5 years, I had to tweak it. I had to learn from others to work out what to do. I'm very lucky in that I'm based in Cambridge in the UK, and there's a lot of spin-outs, etc., lots of access, lots of money there because of our tax reliefs. So I distilled those into 16 criteria, which are in the book and on my website, petercowley.org. But it's got to be the technology itself, what they're working on, how far they've got. It's got to be the people, we'll come to them again later, and it must be a plan, so the finances, etc. And so, is that enough detail?
No, please keep going.
Yeah, so technology's got to be something that in principle I understand, because angels can help companies much more if they can understand. So I very, very rarely do drug discovery, I do engineering and software, etc. It's got to be something that is defensible as far as possible, difficult with software, much easier if a patent's involved. The team is the most important of all, and I'll speak later at the conference about that, about university spin-outs. But they must have a plan. What we're doing as angels is giving money to people with a plan, not a plan with people. And there's a big difference there. It's the people that grow the business, it's the people that cause the business to fail, not the plan. It's the people implementing the plan.
Great input for the startups. Now, what specific, because you are looking in a team, if you can elaborate on that.
Yes, so they must be obviously passionate about what they're doing, they must be driven, they mustn't be totally single-minded, they must be willing to learn and understand and move. The word pivot is often used. A pivot is a change of direction, possibly using the same technology, the same business model, etc. So they must learn, and I test that carefully before I invest by talking to them and understanding that they're actually listening. And if they don't listen to me, I won't invest, because I'm worried that they won't listen to the market, they won't listen to their staff, they won't listen to customers. So listening is really important. And the other really important thing is that they tell the truth, that they are not going to lie to anybody else, because then they'll probably lie to themselves, and then they get stuck in this thing that they're not listening. So lying, and so I check their background carefully, in the same way that a good entrepreneur will check my background, check I'm a good angel. I check them to make sure that they haven't told any lies.
Great insights, yeah. And my last question is, in your view, why startups fail?
So startups that need external capital. There's a big difference in the startup that doesn't have angel money, that just grows as a service business, maybe takes some debt, etc. But the ones that have taken external equity, angel money, VC money, whatever, almost always fail because they haven't got to break even, so they're not making any money, and they haven't got to the point where the investors will carry on investing. So at some point, they've got to a certain point, and they can't raise any more money. And what can a startup do in that situation? It's running out of money, it's losing money every month. What it can do is reduce its size so that it can break even, which companies do and are doing at the moment because of the investment scene. They can try and sell themselves, but selling a company rapidly under pressure is a fire sale and won't get a good result, or they'll go bust. And that's what's happened. They haven't reached what we call product market fit. By that I mean they haven't got to the point where their product or service they're selling fits with the market and generates enough money, it's priced correctly, that there's enough money coming in that they don't rely on you and I to support them. And if we lose the ability to support them because we just don't believe they're going to do it, we won't invest any more money, they can't find money from anywhere else, that's when they disappear.
Super. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Alice. Thank you.
And this is a book, that you can buy, highly recommended.
Thank you.
Okay.